A winter storm brings more scattered showers, wind, and even heavier snowfall to our mountains. Good evening. I'm Jesse Pagan, in for Marcella Lee tonight.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. A very rare blizzard warning is in effect just to our north, and the East County mountains could still get several feet of snow closer to the coast. A flood watch is in effect. Tonight we have team coverage. Meteorologist Sean Stiles here with a look at what's happening right now. Our Brian White is live in North County.
But first, let's check in with CBS 8's Regina Yurita live in Julian, where we've seen a lot of snow, and it's not over yet. Regina?
Jesse, Carlo, good evening. I have to tell you, I envy where you guys are sitting right now because it's coming down pretty hard at the moment. I mean, we have been seeing this at different times throughout the day, and it's just bringing heavy snow to Julian. A lot of people are saying this is unbelievable. They haven't seen it this bad within the last 15 years. That's why we're actually seeing some businesses already closed down because they're preparing for what could be an even heavier snowfall throughout the weekend. Now, I want to show you guys actually footage of earlier today. What you're going to look at right now is a parking lot. This is covered in powder. It was pretty much just covered in snow. It's located near Main Street. Every inch of that parking lot is buried underneath that snow. Families actually stopped to take pictures, many taking advantage of the snow. I actually caught up with a City Heights resident who made the drive to Julian. She was with her furry friend earlier today. Her 2-year-old husky was turning 2 and decided to take her to the snow for the first time. Take a listen.
She loves it a lot. She's excited. She wants to run around in the snow. It's her first time. I told her I was going to take her to the snow.
What have you guys been doing? Been sledding with her?
Yeah, so we were on top. Like, she would pull us in the sled.
I love it. What's her name?
Cielo?
Cielo, like sky?
Yeah.
Cielo.
Because her eyes are blue.
Oh, I
Cielito.
love it. Hi, Cielo. Hi. Are you loving the snow? Come here. She's so cute. Again, it's pretty crazy out here. I'm gonna send it back here live. It's pouring pretty heavy, a lot of heavy snowfall. While we're dealing with this kind of snow, I noticed that in other areas of San Diego, well, they're dealing with widespread rain. Actually, our CBS 8 Brian White has been covering the North County. He's in Escondido right now. Brian, how is it going out there? How are you doing?
Regina, it's a little warmer over here, so we're doing a little better than you are, but we appreciate you being out there and bringing us that report on the snow out there in Julian. It's lightly sprinkling right now, but a few hours ago it was actually coming down pretty hard here in Escondido, and I got completely drenched. That's kind of how it's been throughout the county, off and on scattered showers across the county.
Pretty intense downpour, definitely coming down cats and dogs.
Plenty of rain fell hard at times here in Escondido, making for wet roads and tough driving conditions.
The drivers are kind of sketchy. Most people don't know what they're doing, driving too fast, but if you go slow, it's fine.
It's been very windy and rainy.
Sarah Narafkin just moved to Escondido. She took a walk on her lunch break.
I walked in the rain for 10-15 minutes.
You didn't want an umbrella or something?
No, I like the rain.
Wet driving conditions on the I-5 freeway with several car accidents throughout the day, including an overturned semi north of Oceanside. It had been removed by the time I arrived, but you can see the center guardrail and fencing were completely destroyed as Caltrans workers cleaned up the debris. In Oceanside, plenty of rain soaked the ground as storm clouds moved in.
It's blustery. There have been some squalls that have come in.
People bundled up for the windy weather and tried staying dry with umbrellas.
Wet and rainy. It's gorgeous. It's interesting. The waves are wonderful.
You look like you're nice and prepared with an umbrella.
Oh, yes. I mean, I pretty much always have it on me just in case. You never know when the weather's going to turn on you.
Danielle Marhefka is visiting from Colorado. She brings some nice perspective to this stormy weather we're having.
My mom called me last week and said it was -12, so even with the rain, I'd much prefer to be here.
Meanwhile, back in Escondido, Kyle Neal isn't fazed by the rain.
This is nothing for us. A little wet, but we're going to go up to the snow.
Where?
Julian.
And there you have it, Mr. Kyle Neal from Escondido headed up to Julian to see the snow. He's taking the family up there, but it is fair to say that the driving conditions are extremely dangerous, very, very treacherous, even with snow chains on. So if you're thinking about heading up there, it's something to consider. For now, we will toss it over to CBS 8's meteorologist Sean Stiles in the studio. Sean?
Well, Brian, you try to get in and out of that rain. And Regina, hopefully they've got some warmers in the truck for you there. We're talking about some major weather moving into Southern California. Man, take a look what the National Weather Service has issued. We've got a winter storm warning for the mountains. No kidding. We just saw Regina. Wind from the coast all the way into the mountains, down into the deserts, not at that level, but still very gusty conditions. And because the wind is coming off the ocean, they've got a gale warning in the waters of Southern California. Carlo mentioned this, a blizzard warning for the San Bernardino, San Gabriel, and Ventura, Santa Barbara mountains. This has not been issued since 1989. This storm is tremendous and big. Here's the unsettled air continuing to move through the area. The storm, though, to the north of us, up over northern California and southern Oregon, that will continue to grind down the coastline. And by this time tomorrow, will be situated over Point Conception. So we're talking about heavy rain at times throughout the day into the overnight hours, lasting into Saturday, and then finally some break in the action as we get into Sunday morning, but not before we've picked up at least an inch plus along the coastline, 2+ inches in the inland microclimates, and in the mountains down to 3,000 feet, the possibility of up to a foot of snow. Carlo?
Thanks, Sean. And remember to keep up with the latest forecast and weather alerts while you're on the go. Download the CBS 8 app from Google Play or the App Store.